you're not going to be able to get rid of that search volume, and that's what a lot of the autocomplete comes down to, is users actually searching for those queries.
Start putting the name in, and then in the drop down something shows up, let's say like bankruptcy.
Google AI, Gemini, overviews, it's super important, and more than ever.
Online reputation management and actually dealing with the Google autocomplete suggestions that show up. Today I'm joined with Karl Hudson, and today we're going to go through the Google autocomplete suggestions. So Karl, is there a way, if a business or a personal brand have got their name and then something alongside it like scam or something like divorced or bankrupt or something that's got a negative stigma, is there a way of them removing that?
Yeah, so there is ways and means. However, you're probably more likely to control the narrative. So the way that you're not going to be able to get rid of that search volume, and that's what a lot of the autocomplete comes down to, is users actually searching for those queries. So what you'll have to end up doing is controlling the narrative of the search string by actually going into creating, say, power posts, something that obviously we offer, creating social media buzz, creating all of these different reviews of the brand, and also mentioning, like, is brand X a scam? But then actually, you could even have a negative sentiment attached to that, but then, put a bit of a positive spin on the back end of it. Because I know, obviously, from the background of gambling, there's a lot of negativity when it comes to gambling companies, but a lot of the time it's always coming from the people who've lost the money. It's not actually to do with the quality of the company, right? So it's trying to spin that round and control the narrative and make things rank. I know yourself, Dooley, you have a lot of success with like social signals and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's lots of different ways where you want to try to, obviously, if you have got some negative stigma, like with regards to in the autocomplete, you start putting the name in, and then in the drop down, something shows up, let's say like bankruptcy. So if you've previously gone bankrupt or your business has gone bankrupt and you don't want people to know it, that needs removing from the suggestions. So a way of doing that would be to then try and get other things that are like more popular. So search volume does it. And then like you there, you mentioned social media. So a lot of like social media mentions with regards to something that might be, even if it's just like name contact or name and Facebook, name and Twitter. It could be like name and reviews if you've got lots of positive reviews, and trying to get other things to come up above it. Get lots of mentions on social media, get lots of mentions just on guest posts or on niche edits, just of the brand with reviews, and then getting the search volume. So it's important to try to kind of lift that search volume up for brand and keyword that you want to start showing up in the autocomplete. So go on.
I think with like nowadays as well, with Google AI, Gemini, overviews, it's super important, more than ever, to be trying to get in listicles, getting in with competitors. Like, all of that will help bolster the generative summaries of the brands as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone's watching this and you do have any sort of negative stigma or any sort of negative keyword after your brand name or your personal name, and you want that removed out of the autocomplete, get in touch with Searcharoo, head on over to the contact page, and myself or Karl or one of the members of the team will come back to you and see exactly what we think needs to be done. It could be search volume, it could be social media mentions, it could be some power posts, or just some unlinked mentions. There's lots of different ways we can try to do it. It is very niche dependent, and there's different nuances depending on the country. But head on over, fill in the form and say you're looking to have Google autocomplete removal, and we can have a look at what we can do at Searcharoo.